Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Taurus Truth Tarot, where we are all Taurus all the time. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. We're going to get our reading for the day. Before we do, I want to say thank you to all of you who have already booked your superconscious Reiki sessions, and I know some of you, we haven't gotten there yet, you've booked, but for those of you that already had the sessions, they've been amazing, and I love it. When we get that energy together, man, it makes my day better. Okay, I know that I'm doing the Reiki for you with your angels, guides, and ancestors, the divine, and Mother Gaia, but it really does. It's like, it's so refreshing for me also, so I feel very blessed. For those of you who don't know what Reiki is, it's energy healing, and I do it for people all over the world. I don't have to be next to you in order to perform that. And we're doing the Superconscious Reiki this month for half off, because that's where we go into the subconscious and the consciousness, and we delete the old programming. Because I promise you, almost everything you believe is not true. Okay? Like, money doesn't grow on trees. It does. Okay? And just have to plant the right tree, or love is really hard to come by, or this or that, or all the things that we've been taught since we were put on this earth. And we go in and we grab the super consciousness, the truth, universal truth, and we put that programming in, right? So it's been absolutely wonderful. If you would like to book that super conscious Reiki session with me, at the end of this reading will be a little lotus flower icon. Click on that, takes you right to the booking site. Make sure you scroll, because I have had some confusion. I offer 4 different types of Reiki, so you want to scroll, make sure that you get to the super conscious Reiki session. And then just again, for confusion's sake, it won't show the discount until after you book, because I send you a separate invoice, a separate email with an invoice that shows the discount. So let them know, my loves. Let people know. Like, I had a great session with Consuelo, and James was really good. Sabets was really good. I mean, they've been just incredible. And I see visions and give you messages from Spirit. So, ooh, I got the chills. Let's see what the overall. Okay, I got the chills, and the divine said, here, I have something to say. So here we go. We've got Epiphany. Speaking of Epiphany, I did a Reiki session for Epiphany, too. Hi, Epiphany. Reveal your gifts. You know what part of this is? It really is part of that superconscious Reiki, too. It truly is, too. Your gifts are all about knowing truth. Okay, Taurus? Knowing truth. We can go down the conspiracy theory road all day long. I could sit and talk, right? We're not going to do that, but it is about, your gift is knowing truth, being able to step out of the matrix, being able to have that sense of security, because you know there will always be the right people coming into your life, that money will always come in, right? There's a sense of, it almost feels like you can't fool me, right? Whether it's the media, whether it's even your family and loved ones, right? Because we are just taught to be in stress mode all the time. It's exhausting, right? Worrying about this, worrying about that. And to be honest with you, yeah, I mean, literally, we're taught to be in stress mode all the time. Worrying about grades, worrying about the job, worrying about the money, worrying about the friends, the family, the world, right? The world's in chaos. I get it. But more and more of you are stepping out of that. So your gift truly is knowing truth. And I'll tell you what, again, I am not a physician. I am not a doctor. Okay, so just full disclosure there. A lot of the way you feel physically is because you're in stress mode all the time, even though you don't know you're in stress mode all the time. Okay, and that brings up colds, disease, all sorts of things, and I'm not saying it's the only contributor, but it's a big contributor. And I feel like I gotta tell this story, guys. I'm sorry. We'll get more into the reading, but they're telling me to tell a story. When I was studying for my Series 7, I used to be a financial advisor, and the Series 7 is like the equivalent to the bar for lawyers, right? It's a 5-hour test. It's very stressful, and I was studying for it, and I started getting these headaches, right? And I had never had a problem with like migraines or anything like that, but it wasn't even like a migraine. It felt like someone was stabbing me in the head. Wound up going to the emergency room, and this took a while, but long story short, end all be all, they thought that, well, some of you will know this, I went to the emergency room and my blood pressure was 247 over 157, which is basically a heart attack or stroke, right? I'm on the verge. And I was in my 30s, okay? Should not be going through that kind of stress. Anyway, they thought the headaches were causing the high blood pressure. I had to see several doctors. I had to get an MRI done. And what happened was that was the opposite. My blood pressure was so high from the stress, it was causing the headache, okay? And then I wound up working in that field, and then I mean, it couldn't have been a crazier time, right? I was a financial advisor during the 2008 and 2009 housing crisis, so you can imagine the stress level. Anyway, I was on high blood pressure medication, and if you know anything about that, I was taking, most people take like 5 to, I want to say 20 milligrams a day. I was taking 160 milligrams a day. And one day I just, you know, is it worth it? Is it worth it, right? So the truth of the matter is, I got more and more into my spirituality, and more into it, and more into the mind over the body instead of the body over the mind. And I did all this work, and one day, you know, I quit the job. I wasn't worried. I made very good money as a financial advisor, I'm not gonna lie, but I quit the job. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing this anymore. Went to a low-paying job, a customer service job, just something low-key, right? And it was a lot less money. I didn't care. It was like none of it mattered anymore. I was like, it just, everything was always going to work out. Then I started getting into my spirituality and started doing this, and revealing my gifts, finding my true gifts, right? Revealing my gifts, and finding out that truth, that I didn't have to live like that. That was society telling me I had to live like that. You've got to have the, you know, Mercedes-Benz to be happy, and you got to have the big house to be happy, and all of that. And it just was untrue. You can't make a living doing that, right? I was told by my ex-husband I would not be able to survive doing this. And I'm like, no, I'm helping people. I'm healing people. Epiphany, right? And I feel like a lot of you need to, because I just started feeling exhausted. A lot of you need to let go of what you think success and prosperity is. Now, does that mean that you're going to go live in the woods off the land? Not necessarily. Some of you, boy, I wish I could right now, right? But what it does mean is that you're not going to let what society has trained you, what your parents have trained you, what the news has trained you to keep you in this stress. I feel like a lot of you are coming into the light of, no, I can do it differently. It's just, things are changing so fast, right? With this new age of Aquarius and innovation, and there's just a, do I dare say, a need for a utopian feel, for a positive feel. So I feel like a lot of you need to reassess, what does success look like for you? Not for society. What does it look like for you? And for some of you, it could be building a big business, right? And that's okay. That is okay, as long as you're doing it on your terms. That's where I feel like the big message is here for you, is that you have to do things on your terms. Long intro. So sorry, but sometimes spirit, they got to get it through to you, because you're not meant to live this life in that fashion. You're just not. Okay? So, I think a lot of you are having that epiphany right now watching this. Now remember, it takes work to get to, she seems very peaceful, right? She's got these leaves over her eyes, but it's because she doesn't want to see the fake world, right? Because our world is what we create. She's like, I'm blinded to you people. right? I'm blinded to you people. I don't know how you're living or why you're living that way. I'm not going to live that way. And a lot of you are opening up to your spiritual gifts, to your psychic abilities, to those things. But the real gift is the ability to see through the veil. So keep doing the work, right? Do the meditations, go for the walks, you know, exercise if you feel like that's something that you want to do. I do exercise. I'm not the healthiest person in the world, guys. I'm not trying to say that, but I make sure that I am move the body as much as possible. That clears your mind. Get the Reiki done. Go get the massage, right? Like, take care of you. Because, oh, I hate to say it because I always try to keep these very positive as Spirit will, you know, I always look for the good messages, but we're just in such a time of division, and I mean that in so many ways. And people are going to see the world as chaos and falling apart, and then there's us. And we're going to be fine. Okay? Whew, chills. Let's see what we got in the tarot. Sorry, I know. I usually try to keep these to around 10-15 minutes because our time is valuable, but sometimes spirits just got to get it out there. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. Oof, as I hit the candle. See, a whole different world. A whole different world is coming. Yeah, Two of Swords. You guys have to get out of your mind. Follow your intuition. Trust yourself. I had to trust myself to leave the financial world in that sense. And my significant other was not happy. And hence we're divorced. We're still friends. He's a good guy. He just very much society, you know, got to him too, right? He couldn't trust that there were other ways to create abundance. You guys got to get out of your head. You got to trust yourself. It's like I always say, you know, do your own homework. Don't trust the media. Don't trust what anybody else says, right? Like, do your own homework. Queen of Cups, I love this. Oh, you go from the Two of Swords to the Queen of Cups, Taurus. I love that. This is, I'm ignoring my intuition. I'm playing by society's fake rules. And then here's the Queen of Cups. No more. I'm trusting my intuition. I don't worry about time, because everything happens in divine timing. Oh, so much to be said here. I follow the moon cycles, right? Everybody thinks that in order to be this way, everybody's got this old thought of you have to be like and I would have been if I was old enough, like a 1970s type of hippie. I'm not a hippie. You know, I dress in jeans and cowboy boots. Like, I'm an easy, relaxed. You can be this, okay? You can be both. You can be who you are, but you can also be that let that hippie inside you, right? Let that connection to source. Oh, look at this. I love it. Yeah. A lot of you are making big changes. Big changes. And it won't happen today necessarily, right? But it's the energy. And if there was ever a time to make big changes, like I did, by quitting that financial gig, now would be the time. Meaning, when I say now, and I don't normally do time frames, but they're just showing me 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. So within the next year, some of you could be within the next week. Some of you, it is within the year. You're going to make different choices here. You're going to take a leap of faith in a new direction. Keep your vibe high. Okay? That doesn't mean we don't have bad days, but it's still a choice. Okay? It's still a choice. So, for example, yesterday, it was harder for me to stay high vibe. You're going to have days that are more challenging, right? But you still do it. And so you find activities and things to do to keep raising it, right? It's awareness. Show me clearly. What is the message, please? Yeah, okay, sorry. They kept having me look over, but I didn't know what the message was until now. Become a loving mirror. Whatever is inside you shows up outside of you. So if you are feeling lack inside, lack is going to show up. Okay, so be conscious and aware of how you feel inside. Is it worry? Is it stress? You're gonna bring more stressful things into your life, right? Like attracts like. Keep that in mind. Oh, Six of Swords, yeah. Spirit is totally guiding you out of the chaos. That's exactly like the meaning of the Six of Swords in tarot, is leaving chaotic water into calm water. So it's like you and Spirit are working together. It almost feels like, I know it probably doesn't look that way to you guys, but what I can see with this dragon boat, if you will, I feel like he's going right past the city. And the city is where all the chaos is, right? And I'm not saying that literally, but you get what I mean. Like, whatever this is. Nope, that's too chaotic for me. I'm choosing to live a different way. And I love it because it's that mind energy. Again, I would highly recommend, again, getting that super conscious Reiki. It's not a one and done, but it is a practice. Just like yoga is a practice or meditation. But it certainly is a jump start for you. And I have had clients with me for years. Because I have another channel where I do all the zodiac signs. That channel has been out for 5-6 years. That regularly get Reiki done as part of their relaxation and their practice. I mean, years. Oh, and it does help. I was speaking yesterday of Angie, who gave me such a beautiful donation the other day. But also, I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, Angie's had every single Reiki done for every chakra, for the super conscious Reiki, the pineal gland awakening, the electric. I'm pretty sure, Angie, right? I think you've had every single one done. And it helps because it's energy. Page of Pentacles, new news coming in. See, you'll be okay. This is the material world, right, Taurus? So again, if you listen to Spirit, if you get into that intuition, if you take these changes, the leap of faith, and you make the decision to go away from the chaos, you will be okay. The Page of Pentacles, that's like, okay, I will be taken care of. As long as I do the right things, I will have the right things, right? That is a new job, a new offer, new stability coming in, understanding this, you know, there's another way to say it. Boy, gosh, this reading, sorry. It's not about the amount. Okay, I want to make that clear for some odd reason. Money is just an exchange, right? And we used to do it with shells, and I'm sure it will evolve into something else. However, I know people that make a lot of money, 6 figures a year or more, right? And they're still always broke because they're always thinking about being broke. And I don't think they're intentional about it. And I'm not saying that they're spending money unwisely. Maybe they are. I don't know. I'm not in their business. But if you think about a certain amount and that's what's going to make everything better, that's not what it is. It's inside you to know that the amount that you need, because we all live in different areas of the world, will always be there plus more. So if you're needing that shift, do it. Right? This is the advice from Spirit. Get comfortable. Instead of being uncomfortable with the physical, get very comfortable with the physical, okay? Show me clearly. I hope that made sense. Show me clearly, please. What is the message? Ten of Wands, yes. And this goes hand in hand with yesterday's, right? I think it was yesterday's. Putting down the burden. I mean, 10 Wands has been coming out the last few days. So, again, yeah, that's a choice. Let me grab a sip of my coffee. That 10 of Wands is your choice, too. It was my choice to leave the industry, right? It was my choice. Like, I'm done with this. I'm not going to live like that. What a horrible way to live, being stressed out every single moment. Like, I'm not doing that. Right? Let's see what else we have. Show me clearly, please. What does Taurus need to know at this time? Show me clearly. Ooh. Yep, I love that we have Gaia, because that's us, Mother Earth, right? Taurus, that earthly. Connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through the time of change. Wow, that's a big message. What did I say? The world is changing, and it's changing rapidly. Wow. Ground yourself. If you cannot get barefoot on the ground, guys, that's okay. And that's not the only way to ground. Put your hands on a tree and just try it. Just stand there. Stand there for a minute. When I ground myself, especially when I'm standing and I close my eyes and my feet are in that grass, I can feel the movement of the earth, literally. And it detoxes you. There's proven science on that. Blue star, follow the light of your inner compass. You can't make it up, right? Become a loving mirror. Follow the light of your inner compass, the blue star. It will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. Oh my gosh, you cannot get any better than that. What a beautiful bow to put on this package. So, Taurus, my loves, don't forget to like, share, and comment. I read each and every one. Subscribe if you haven't, and definitely book your readings or Reiki sessions, okay? Let's get the energy clear. Love, light, and blessings to you until next time.